Hello. Hello, 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 hello. 2025. Let's go, baby. 2025. 2025. Like a boss. Yeah, 2025. Am I ready? I think, yeah, I think I am. I think I am. Hello everyone, welcome to 2025. Another great year for Plane Shift, I'm pretty sure. We will do a lot of stuff. We will do a lot of stuff in 2025. I already have some ideas and I think I have an idea what we can accomplish. I really want more interactivity in the world. I want more tribes, artificial intelligence. I want more economy. I want more player-to-player interaction. So there is a lot that we can do. Hello, Smash Bash Nash slash Trash Blash Happy New Rash. Hello. Hello. Is there a new free game or not? Sifu. Sifu, I think I have it already, no? No, I don't. Sifu. It's a martial artist kind of game, huh? Maybe we can play it. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. What I wanted to say. Sifu, huh? Sifu, he added it? Yeah, he added it. Okay, now we're just checking that he added it. Sometimes it says yes, but it doesn't. Okay, so this one we didn't save yesterday. Why? Strange. Okay, let me save it and close it. I think we left it open, but it's never a good idea. Okay. Let's switch to the normal mode. Let's switch the music as well. So this morning I did a significant number of debugging tests to understand why the hell, right, we cannot move properly after the register context, right? So, and I'm still there, but I had an idea, right? And the idea is the following. What if we remove the negative value from the forward backward, and we see if we are still moving forward or backward, right? Because what I want to understand is if it's mapped to the wrong one, or if we are getting the wrong value, right? Based on the result of this test, what I would like to do, I would like to try to invert forward and backward in the list. And if that still doesn't work, then we are gonna split. We're gonna split forward and backward movement in two different actions. And so at that point, it cannot fuck up, right? Because they will be completely different names, right? So this is what I'm thinking. So there is the course of action, let's say, right? So this is what we want to do. And I hope we can fix it today, because this is the last blocker for release. I had the debugging code with the debugging program you use. I use the IDE. I mean Visual Studio when I use Visual Studio, or Rider when I use Rider. And at the moment I'm using Rider, so but you can do it in Visual Studio as well. Eh? So I'm debugging with Rider. So you just set a breakpoint like this, right? Set a breakpoint and then execute and see what you get, right? Okay, so let's do this. Let's remove the negate. Let's remove the negate modifier, okay? And let's test it again. So now in theory, right, it's impossible that it goes backward because we remove the negate. So today I will have to go a bit earlier because I have something to do tonight. So I can stay with you until 6, so about 3 hours from now. Then I have to prepare and go. I think probably even a bit earlier than 6. I think 5:30, because then I need half an hour to prepare, and then I have 1 hour and something to travel. Okay, so now we do not have the negate. So if I press W, okay, it goes forward. If I press S, it still goes forward. If I press S, it still goes forward. If I press S, it still goes forward. If I press W, okay, it goes forward. If I press W, it still goes forward. If I press S, it still goes forward. If I press S, it still goes forward. If I press W, it still goes forward. If I press S, it still goes forward. If I press W, it still goes forward. If I press S, it still goes forward. If I press W, it still goes forward. If I press S, it still goes forward. If I press W, it still goes forward. If I press S, it still goes forward. If I press W, it still goes forward. If I press W, it still goes forward. If I press S, it still goes forward. If I press W, it still goes forward. If I press W, it still goes forward. If I press S, it still goes forward. If I press W, it still goes forward. If I press W, it still goes forward. If I press S, it still goes forward. If I press Okay, so that's very interesting. So basically this means that he's reading, I mean, he's definitely reading that value, right? So he's mapping it wrongly, right? Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we are going to put the negate modifier on the W, just for fun, which obviously doesn't make any sense, but, right? So we are gonna do it on the first element, pretty much, right? And we try again. And now we see if we can go forward and backward. I think the answer will probably be no. So I think that the register is basically fucking up the mapping of the action value of the triggers. So it's not, so delete what I said. The register is messing up the modifiers, right? So it's not carrying over the modifiers, and so you don't have that in-game anymore. He's only taking the first, or he's only taking the first one. I don't know, because, yeah, removing the negate, actually, you move forward. So it's like if it takes only the last one. And I don't know, I mean, it's so weird. It's like if he's taking the last one. So like if there are two defined on the same action, right, he's not capable of applying different modifiers. Okay, so now if I press W, I go forward. If I press S, you see, so he's taking only the second one. So that's the thing, right? So forward movement action is taking only the second one. It completely ignores the first one. With the register, right? So the only way is to split it in two commands. It's the only way. There is no other solution, boys. It's okay, we can separate it. I mean, it's just completely crazy that it does not work, right? So it's ridiculous that it does not work. It's ridiculous. Is absolutely ridiculous. Is ridiculous. But we have no other possibility, right? We have no other possibility. So we will do this. We will duplicate this guy. We will call it backward movement action. And we will start only with one, right? Then we will see left and right. But we will call it backward movement action. Right? At this point, this will be identical. So it will be a axis 1D, blah, blah, blah. The only thing is that the mappable action will be different. So this will be backward movement action as a mapping, right? And we will save it this way. I think this is a bug anyway. I think it's a bug. I mean, there's no way registering axis 1D is broken. I mean, there's no way. Hello, Fanner. Good start of the year, eh? Good start of the year with a win. With a W. Give me the W now. Yeah. So So then I go here, right? I go here. We delete this guy. We create a new, and obviously we remove the negate because we create a new mapping. The new mapping will go up next to forward. I mean, there are a lot of changes we have to do for this because these are coded in ALS and. But anyway, we will. So we have backward movement action. Okay, okay. Backward movement action. Now we map it as a default on the S key, right? And here we add the modifier of negate, right? Okay. So we map it separate. Okay, so I have to close this. We map it separate. I was thinking about the shortcut bar, but we will not do it. We will just leave it as it is because it's working, and I don't have the willingness to convert it to this new system. We will do it in the future. So S negate. Okay, fine. So now what we have to do, so this will be seen as an action inside of this. It will be registered, right? It will be registered through the bind actions, right? So these bind actions will try to register it here with the proper name, right? Now our issue is that we do not have a forward movement action, right? No, I mean a backward movement action, so we don't have it. So my only question is, where the hell should we put it? Is this an override function? Forward movement action. Forward movement action. Forward movement action. Forward movement action. I think we need it only on player controller because we are recording it on our player controller, no? Which then goes into the. Yeah, absolutely. So I think we need to copy this. Obviously, we have to be sure that we are not messing up with the case. I mean, with the name in any way, right? So we have to be sure that we are typing it correctly. So backward movement action, because it's searching this name based on the name of the action. So it's searching this function based on the name of the action. So this should be exactly correct. Otherwise, right? And then what we can do, right? What we can do, get magnitude. What the fuck is this? But anyway, so we will call. So I think that in backward movement action, we will do exactly the same, right? And then we will reverse it ourselves, right? So we will say minus value get magnitude, right? So here we reverse the value. We reverse the value manually because Register input, what the fuck, is not working, right? Because register input mapping so that's the explanation of why we do this, right? Exactly. Exactly. Now, from here down, in theory, should be already correct because forward movement action on the player is expecting the value to be positive or negative, right? So that one, I think we should not touch it. Exactly. 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 I think this. So I think it. I mean, the change is smaller than I was thinking. The change is smaller than what I was thinking. Okay, let me try. Okay. So if this is true, so we already have it here. Now the only problem will be that then we have to map it to the setting panel, but that's fine. How is the ARM doing so far? Well, the ARM, the ARM is improving. But if you look at it, is all the colors of the rainbow. So it is a bit yellow, a bit blue, a bit brown, a bit red. I mean, it's like all the possible colors. So, but it feels okay. I mean, it doesn't hurt too much, right? So it's hurting sometimes, but it's just the internal bleeding that is coloring it different colors. But overall, you know, thank you for asking. Overall is fine. I mean, it takes time to recover. I mean, it's not instant repair, right? It's not save game, reload, no. But you lost 4,000 points. Ay, 82,000, 82,000. We are a bit close to 80,000. Don't go below 82. I was thinking, shouldn't be there, now that we are affiliate, right? Shouldn't be there also the normal point? Or not? Because you remember that we were not affiliate, and so we decided to create... because you remember that we were not... why I'm screaming? We were not affiliate, and we... so do you have at the bottom right of the screen on Twitch this icon, right? That for me is infinite because I am the streamer, right? So, but do you have a number? Do you have a number here on this icon? Because we have two types of points. We have the points that we added through Streamlabs, and then we have these points. You have 139k. Wow, of these points? That's a lot. And if you click on power-ups and reward, support plane shift with bits or channel points. Message effect. Okay, this is bits, but I like my message. I like my message. Hi. Yeah, actually, you can spend points. Because this point, you see there is the tria symbol, by the way. Because these points are real points. I mean, these points you cannot gamble, right? These points are real Twitch points that you cannot gamble. The problem is that we do not have any way to spend them apart from this, right? So we have to come up with some ideas and some stuff that you can do maybe on stream to redeem those. So because in the past we were not affiliates because it was not possible to multi-stream, and so I didn't activate it. But then at a certain point, Twitch changes rules and allows us to stream on multiple places. And so anyway, I have to think about it. Did I start anything? No, I didn't. Okay, so now what we want to see if forward and backward are actually both registered, right? And if the backward is actually allowing us to move backward, right? So they can probably move in two directions. If I can probably move in two directions, then the problem is pretty much solved. If still we cannot move in two directions, I don't know what the hell, right? So that would be a problem. That would be a problem. So I'm basically expecting that now it works at least for forward and backward. Unless there is some problem in registering the commands, I don't know, but hey, thank you, Founder. You are amazing as well. Okay. Forward, backward. Fucking hell, Jesus Christ, superstar. What the hell is going on? What? What? Yeah, this is impossible. This is absolutely impossible. What? It goes forward if I press forward or backward, right? So it does the same. Why on the backward there is the negate? Why on the backward I see this negate? And I don't see it on the forward? Where is this negate coming from? I didn't have any negate. I didn't set up any negate, no? Did I by mistake leave it there or why? What? I didn't set up any negate. What? What? I did? I forgot? Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm okay. Ah, yes. I forgot the negate. Okay. Why have negate here? I should not have negate because... Or well, in theory... we can have it. We can have it so that we don't have to... We don't have to negate manually. Yeah. That's probably even better. Yeah. So if we negate there and we don't have to do this shit, right? We don't have to do this shit. So we just take value. Then we'll be fine, right? Let me, okay. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know. I thought I was... So... And I will have to do the same, right? I will have to do the same with the left. I can do it since we are recompiling, right? Because I think that is the way anyway. That is the way, I think. Hello, Dotted Fish. Happy New Year. What's under your avatar? A broken arm? Yes, you got it correctly. Unfortunately, I went to ski and I broke my arm, but it's not bad, eh? Don't be too afraid. It's not so bad. I mean, it's broken, but it's broken in a small way. So there is a fracture in the bone, right? So the bone. Do I still have the picture? No. I deleted it. Okay, anyway, but the fracture on the bone is not insane. I mean, it's obviously would have been better if it would not happen. But yeah, that would have been definitely better. But it's not too bad. Okay, it's not too bad. So I'm actually using at the moment this. Where is it? One of these things, right? It's very similar to this. It's very similar to this one actually, and it's blocking my right arm. The problem is that it is the right arm, right? So using the PC, I'm using I'm using the mouse with my left at the moment, and I have to type with my left and do everything with my left, and it's kind of annoying. I mean, it's kind of fun as a challenge, but yeah, it's like a puzzle game, you know? It's like a difficult puzzle game. So like now, for example, I wanted to click on duplicate and I clicked on save just because I misclicked, because I have less precision in the mouse. I mean, using the mouse with the left. Sounds like a challenge, yeah. It is a kind of a challenge, yeah. It is a bit of a challenge, I have to say. Negate. So the negate should be on the left. No, on the right. I don't know, I don't understand. Seems to be on the left, actually. Anyway, we found a fairly bad bug here in Unreal. I don't know if it's a bug or I'm doing something wrong, but anyway. Basically, we cannot properly map the left and right, forward and backward actions like we want. If we keep them a single action, right? Because it seems that Unreal, whatever I do here, is always getting the second or the last of the two, right? If I add another mapping here, it will only get the second, right? It will not read the first, even if I have specific modifier that differentiate them. So I don't know why. What I'm doing, by the way, I have to do D. Why left is D and right is A is out of my understanding. Maybe it should not be this way. It should be the opposite, but we will see. I mean, if he moves the opposite, we will just negate the first and next time at least make sure to not break the right arm. Yeah. I mean, I was skiing and fell down. And I was a bit unlucky because actually I fell in a kind of a bad way. I mean, I fell already while skiing without doing any damage, but this time I think it was a bit also the fact that I was not really too well physically prepared, right? I think that I didn't move much during the year, and apart from the holidays, and then I went to ski, and I did a bit more than what I was supposed to do. I don't know, maybe I skied a bit too much, so maybe I was a bit tired, and anyway, it happened, you know, so it happened. The important point is that, you know, my arm is not broken. I mean, it's just a fracture, a relatively small fracture that anyway will heal itself, right? So because the bones are healing themselves incredibly enough. So the bone is, it will reconstruct the bone, right, that is missing, or anyway that is moved, and it will close the fracture pretty much like a wound, right? Like a wound is closing the same way the bone is closing, which is incredible if you think about it. So our body is self-repairing without basically doing anything. I mean, yeah, you have to eat, right? So you have to put energy in, but apart from putting energy in, it's like healing itself, which is insane. And also is healing a fairly complex part, right? Because there are muscles and tendons there, and there are veins, and so it's kind of a complex reconstruction, right? But it can do it. It can do it by itself, with you doing nothing. If you sleep all day, it does it. Isn't that amazing? I mean, you sleep all day and it just fixes itself. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. It's insane. The more I think about it, the more it's incredible, right? That our body can fix itself. I mean, it's generating new materials, right? So it's generating new bone material. That is insane. I mean, it's not that it's generating, I don't know. I mean, it's not that it's moving things, right? There is already some bone somewhere else, and it's moving that bone there, right, to fix it. That would already be impressive, but like, it's not taking bones from other places and putting it there, right? You say, okay, if it's just moving stuff, easy, right? It's moving stuff. Well, it would be anyway complex, but no. In this case, it's generating new material. Oh my god, I can finally move. I can finally move forward and backward. Thank God. Thank God. Holy shit, we fixed this shit? Oh my god. Why is it always so black? Can you make it day, please? Thank you. Okay, so as a single action, it actually works. As a double action, it doesn't work. Okay, so we will go single action, which anyway, the result for you as a player is identical. Now we will have to change here the names, but that's fine. We can do that. Just don't know why. C is not doing what I was thinking. Okay, yeah, I think I know the problem. Okay, I think I know the problem there. This one, yeah, I think I know the problem. Because this is a toggle on off, is not a... Yeah, so it should be a flip-flop, yeah. Okay. Okay, good. It works. Okay, so if it works, if only bugs would be like that, yeah, that they fix themselves, that would be so nice. It's so nice. I think it would be cool to see bone reconstruction process, fractured bone, reconstruction process. I mean, reconstruction. I mean natural healing, right? Natural healing. I don't know how to say, but natural healing process. Natural healing process. Is there a video? Or... Your body isolates the fractured site so it is protected and floats the area with the nutrients that promote healing. Your body begins to lay down a new bone. I mean, it's insane. This thing is insane. I mean, it's a bone, bro. It's not a skin, right? It's a fucking bone.
How does broken bone heal? When the bone is broken, that's called.
By the way, my bone is not broken like this, okay? My bone is just chipped slightly on the side, okay? So there is a very small dent on the side, right? It's not broken like this, okay? It's not broken like this in any way, okay?
Fracture. The fracture goes through different stages to achieve healing. It is a stage of hematoma from the fracture, followed by a stage of inflammation, followed by a stage of soft callus, followed by hard callus, followed by remodeling. When the fracture occurs, there will be bleeding at the fracture site.
Yeah, this is exactly what happened to me. So basically there is bleeding. I don't know exactly where it's coming from, but from everything that is next to it. So your arm, I mean my arm became like blue and yellow and whatever. So because there is blood that is going everywhere,
And
right?
this will make a fibrin blood clot. The stage of hematoma is followed by the stage of inflammation. There'll be a lot of cells, macrophages, and mesenchymal stem cells. The stem cells migrate to the fracture and form the granulation tissue and releases growth factors that helps in healing the fracture and that helps in uniting the fracture together. COX-2 inhibitors and non-steroidal depresses RUNX2, which is important for differentiation of the osteoblast. The stage of inflammation is followed by the stage of soft callus. Soft callus will occur within 2 weeks. The amount of callus correlates with immobilization.
Soft callus will occur within 2 weeks. Okay, well, it's quite a bit, but it's still little if you think what it's doing, right? Within 2 weeks. The amount of callus correlates with the immobilization. The stiffer the immobilization, the less amount of callus.
The stiffer the immobilization, the less amount of callus. Flexible fixation will result in endochondral ossification, abundant callus. What is secondary bone healing and what is primary bone healing? Secondary bone healing is healing through cartilage formation. Lack of stability helps the formation of cartilage, which later on can change to endochondral ossification. In primary bone healing, you will find absolute stability, and it's called Haversian remodeling, cutting cone remodeling, or intramembranous healing. That occurs when the fixation is rigid and when the bone is fixed with plates. Secondary bone healing will occur when the fixation is not rigid, such as with a cast or intermedullary rod, and there will be endochondral ossification, some cartilage, type 2 collagen. In primary bone healing will be type 1 collagen. Bone is formed first before cartilage. Then the bone takes number 1 collagen, and the cartilage takes number 2 collagen. Stage of hard callus. Hard callus, the collagen changes from type 2 to type 1. Then the last stage is a stage of remodeling. The stage of remodeling begins early and continues many years after the fracture has healed. The woven bone will be replaced by a stronger laminar bone, and the fracture healing will be complete with the continuation of the medullary canal. The remodeling of the bone is influenced by the Wolff's law. That means that the bone is affected by stress. So you start by a stage of hematoma, inflammation, soft callus, hard callus.
Very nice. I don't know how we can do all this. I mean, it's insane how we can do all this, but it's doing it. He's just doing it. Okay, so what do we have to do? So we have our left movement, our right movement, right? The problem is that now these names are probably not properly mapped. Let me think about it. So we have to be sure that the names are matching these ones, right? Yeah. I didn't touch left and right yet. This is why we were not able to move left and right. Yeah, anyway, doing things only with one hand is kind of annoying. Like cooking and, you know, I mean, using the PC for sure is... Okay, so this one is right movement action. Actually, this one is correct already. And this one should be left. Ah, okay, this one is the right movement action as well. Left movement action. Okay, so right and left. Now, in our IMC move combat, we added right movement action and left movement action mapped to A and D, right? Yes. Map to A and D, right? So why my character was not moving? That's a bit weird. Because then here I said that I added the left movement action which is calling the right, but yeah, and with the negate, right? Because we have the negate here, right? Okay, so apart from the name that was wrong, what was the problem? I think there was no problem, so we should be fine. Right movement action, left movement action, and this name should correspond to whatever we have in our player controller, right? Right movement action, left movement action, yeah, exactly. Maybe it was just because he had the same name and so he kind of invalidated it. I don't know. Let's just be sure that this is compiled. But now it should work, right? Now we should have all the movement. In theory. Didn't really recompile, so it was already recompiled. Okay, let's try again. Why left and right is not working? Unless you train the other army, bathroom stuff. Yeah, well, bathroom is reasonable. Is reasonable because you don't really have to lift. But like when you are cooking, that you have to lift like a pot full of water with 2 hands, and the pot is hot. So imagine when you make pasta, right? And we make a lot of pasta in Italy. So you have a pot with 2 handles, one on one side, one on the other side, full of water, and it's hot, and you only have 1 hand to do it. That's a problem. I mean, I already found alternate techniques, but I had to think about it a bit. So there was a bit of a puzzle there, right? So like, how do I do this with 1 hand? No, but having 2 hands is very good. I tell you, you don't realize it, but it's very, very good having 2 hands. It's very, very good. Okay, it's just the opposite, but it's fine. Okay, it's working perfectly. Okay, nice. Nice. So yeah, it's the opposite. So we inverted left and right, and yeah, I was a bit confused of why the left was called right, the right was called left, and yeah. Yeah, so we just have to swap. Okay, so we have to do 2 changes. So basically we solved it. Oh, finally, bro. I mean, yesterday we spent probably like 2 hours on this, or 3 hours on this. Just banging our head on the wall. Right? Trying to use the multi-thingy. Multi-action. Which in theory is the default. Right? And actually it also works, except if you use register context menu. Context mapping, register context mapping, right? If you do that, then it doesn't work. Okay, so the only thing we have to do, we have to swap left and right. So basically right should have the negate, if I understand it right. And this one should not have the negate. Okay, so now it should be correct. Okay, the other problem we have it with the control, with the change camera, this camera cycle, and thinking about it, I think I know what is it. Because it's actually not a toggle. Probably is without the underscore. Yeah. So I think if we do it like this, right? We do started and completed flip-flop. This will immediately switch after you release it. While I think we want to do it only on one of the two. For example, only on completed. So you press, you release. When you release, is switching, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is correct. That is correct. Okay. Okay, now what other problems we have? Yes, well, not problems, but we have to now finally map these things into the setting panel properly, right? And so now, how do we do this? Okay, so this first second slot is not anymore possible because we actually split it, so that's useless. So we delete it. So the remap will be, so slot will always be first. Now the only problem I have is how do I know no, because the name will be different. Yeah, exactly. The name will be a different name. So we don't have to do anything different now from a normal key mapping. True? True. True. So now everything becomes way simpler because I think so. I think it's only like this. So in all cases we do the same. In all cases we do the same. We just map. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so that should be fine. But then we have the problem of the reading. So when we read, when we read and when we set, right? When we do the set event, whatever. When we do the yeah, exactly here. No, not here, but because it is when we reset it. But I want when I want to set it the first time, right? I think it was something like set selected key. Wait, I think it's easier if I do this because it's hard So if I select my selector forward, right? I don't know why that part is not in the same graph, by the way. Yeah, it is. No. Set selector forward. Input selector. Input selector forward, right? So I want to find this guy. Exactly. Set selected key. Yeah. Yep. So now, so the difference now is that we have 4 axes, right? Similarly to what we have here. So my suggestion will be to do it the same so that we don't go crazy, right? So I will duplicate this and I will call it axis or key something. Wait a second, we have it already. You see, axis input array. Axis input array. Do we use it or not? Axis input array. Actions. No. Axis input array. Sorry, I misclicked. This is never used. This is never used. Okay, so this one, right? This one. Yeah, this one is the one that we want to use. And we will do pretty much the same. So we will have... Yeah. That is the way. That is the way, boys. I know, that is the way. Believe me. Believe me. So we can delete all of this in theory, right? Because that is all bullshit now. That is all bullshit. It basically is basically identical to this one. We don't want any of the mappings saved by Unreal. We read from our macro save file. Ah, yeah, because this is the additional. These are the additional. Yeah, but that's separate. That's separate. So. So basically, this needs to be duplicated, right? This needs to be duplicated. In my axis selector array, is the one I have to set. Bye. So here we take forward, backward. So what I'm trying to do, I'm basically trying to have these guys mappable from the setting window, right? So this is what I'm doing. Forward, backward. They should also be left and right. But abilities left, abilities right. Is this or what? Abilities? I mean, why abilities? No, it's not abilities. this one? Ah, here it is. Left, right. Okay, I found it. Okay. So we connect this to this. Boom, 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 and boom. We remove these pins that we don't need. Okay, so now we have our array with these 4 thingies. Now we need the axis input array, and we need to change this guy to have the proper names, right? The names needs to be exactly the ones that we have set in the actions, which are not these ones, right? So the names that we have set on the actions are forward movement action, then come on, then backward movement action, right? Then we have a left and right. I mean, this thing is a bit convoluted, right? I think that I don't know if they can. I don't know if they should just create something pre-made for at least the basic, because everyone needs this, right? It's not that, you know, it's just me that I'm doing crazy stuff, right? I mean, I'm just trying to map into a freaking setting window the basic key movements. Now we also have other stuff like sit or roll or sprint, but at least the basic should be okay. So in theory now this is gonna set the value and the other one is going to be, yeah, so okay, let's see what it does like this. I think we should be pretty much done. Anyway, sometimes it's good to sleep on things, because yesterday I was like, I didn't know exactly how to proceed, right? I was like stuck, completely stuck. And then tonight, I mean, I slept. In the morning I said, well, what if we don't just split it into, right? And that was a good idea, actually. Anyway, Happy New Year, guys. For the ones that just joined, hello, hello. Happy New Year. It's always night. Yeah, it is. Fantastic. Yeah, we will have to try every possible key just to be sure that it actually works, right? But yeah. Okay. Okay. Now. Finally. Finally. Okay. So now if I want to change those, let's see if it works. It doesn't. Fuck! Why it doesn't? I know. Because I didn't change the names. By the way, all this we can delete now. I didn't change the names when setting them. Yeah. I know exactly what to do. Let me just clean up a bit this mess because this is the old way. So wait, yeah, so the mistake is the mistake the mistake is here. Because here we still have the old names, right? Yep, exactly. Here we still have the old names, so we need to copy the names from here. You still have the names before the split. So I cannot really do it. And now I'll tell you more that the access is completely useless, right? So this stuff, well, I can delete it just to simplify the code because we introduced this concept of right axis, left axis, invert axis, you see, all this shit. It is completely useless now. Because in the new system, all the keys are mapped the same way. Which is one of the benefits, right? For sure. It's one of the benefits of the new system. So I like that. So I would say it's a bit long to set up, but then when you have it set up, it's probably better, yes. So at the end, I mean, I can really delete all of this. We have it in Subversion anyway. I mean, if it breaks again, we have it in Subversion, right? So yeah, so basically now this graph becomes super simple. So this graph is just get the chord, right? Get the chord in, get the player controller, right? Get the input subsystem from the controller, get the input user setting, and then and just set the key map. And that's it. Nothing else needed. Can I click on that, please? Thank you. Enhanced input. So with a broken arm, I also learned how to use the Windows functionality for speech to text, right? So if I have to put a comment here, right? If I have to put a comment here, and I don't want to type, or I just want to say something, I can just do this, Windows H, and then speak. Hello, there is a comment for Dotted Fish, which is a trusted viewer of our community. See? Easy. Without any typing. Yeah. So it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You can enable it under Windows settings. It's just a window thing, so it's not... And it works okay. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for Italian or for French or for other languages, right? It's not... It's just English. I mean, it's trying. If you speak Italian, it's trying to do a bit of it, but it's not... It's basically broken. Okay, oh my god, I cannot believe that we fixed this. Holy shit. We fixed this. This is so relaxing. This is actually so good that we fixed this thing. I couldn't, you know, yesterday I was like, no, my release is fucked. Okay, did we map everything? Did we map everything is a good question. Well, I think there are still inputs. For example, enter and escape, right? And then we have the quick bar. I don't know this use action actually, because use action, we have the interact action, right? Interact action, we have it already mapped. I think this use action is, no, it doesn't exist. I think we can delete it. I think we can delete. I think it was there before. I think is a leftover. This target that has nothing associated, I will delete it. Now voice chat I cannot delete because voice chat is actually used. Now target, I don't know. Then we have all this quick bar, but is all this quick bar, I don't want to do it again. Focus chat and enter. Why we have enter twice? I don't understand. We have focus chat, we have focus chat, and we have enter. I think it's a good time, you know, to do some cleanup there because we never, yeah, input action, focus chat. Actually, we use this. So we don't use enter anymore. Seems not. Okay, let me delete it and see what happens. Okay, good. This was a good cleanup. So if we go back to our plan, because we always have a plan. Never do anything without a plan, okay? So you need a plan, you decide the plan, you follow the plan, you complete the plan, right? This is how we roll. Yup. So now, complete and answer the input override. In the setting panel, this is done. Now review and answer the input action for shortcut bar. I would say, no thank you. I mean, it is just working. I don't want to go crazy and I mean, I don't want to do it now. I don't want to do it now. Future. I don't know where to put it, but it is future. It is future. I don't want to spend time. I don't want to spend time on this now. We had enough, you know, enough problems, enough issues. This is working, right? This is working right now with the old system. I don't want to convert it. It's taking too much time for zero value. So fishing minigame. Wow, fishing minigame was actually one of the items in the list here. And it is actually completed. I don't know where to put it, but anyway, it is done. Incredible, huh? Fishing minigame done. Okay, so few more things that we have on the list. You cannot see it very well because it's behind my head, but few more things we have on the list is this one, right? Is add more graphics option to setting panel Mac debug. So on Mac, we are having a significant number of problems. That sometimes the game is freezing and people cannot log in. I don't know what, right? And sometimes some of the graphic options are helping, but in our current system, we are not exposing all the graphic options. We are just exposing the basic one, right? So I would like to create like a panel, which is like advanced graphic option, where you can actually tweak pretty much anything, right? So if I go under settings, this is my display page, right? And it's okay. I mean, he has some stuff, but it has all the basic, right? So full screen, full screen, window, you can choose the resolution. You have all the basic settings. You have the FPS limit. You have the gamma. But there are a significant number of other options. So I think I have to create a new tab, which is called like display advanced or something like that, because or I put it under devs, but devs is really kind of a messy page, not intended for players exactly. Because I would like only, I mean, I would like the people to click on that advanced display only if really needed. So maybe we can have an advanced, we can have display option interface control, and then we can have another one before devs, which is like advanced display, right? Yeah, that probably would be a good idea. What is this guy saying? Axis specifying non-default. Yeah, exactly. You can remove it. I can remove all this. They don't exist anymore. Okay. Now we have to decide which options to have there, but I would like to have any possible option pretty much, right? Any possible option. I don't know if those options are required at startup or you can change them at runtime, right? If they because if they are options that require a restart, then yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. How do we know? How do we know which option? Unreal. graphics, options, full list, whatever. For example, view distance, right? View distance, we don't have it in our settings. But the question is, which one of these settings can be changed at runtime, and which ones need a client restart? I mean, if any, right? Maybe the answer is zero. Like all of them can be done at runtime. I mean, the only problem of view distance is that he allows you to cheat, right? Because if you have a building in front of you, right, and you go view distance, you basically remove the building and potentially you see inside. I mean, depending on how the other objects are, you know. But yeah. Anti-aliasing. For example, anti-aliasing, we don't have it in the list. And it's a pity, right? Do we? No. Yeah, we have it. Okay, we have it. We have anti-aliasing, post-processing, shadow, texture effects, and foliage. So anti-aliasing, post-processing. Yeah, but you see the like post-process quality, right? Post-process quality is affecting all these settings, right? So if I change I mean, can I change this once separately? In base scalability. Yeah, so in reality, these settings are groupings, you know, very high level groupings of more fine-grained settings. So when you are changing post-processing from epic to high to medium to low, you are actually changing a bunch of sub filters without knowing, pretty much. Yeah. So is the idea to do foliage scalability? Yeah, foliage is the same. Okay, let me try a few things. I have to understand what I want here. I don't know yet what I want. Because the idea was that there were a number of set. Let me just open up the chat I had on this topic, because I had a chat on this topic. Engine scalability groups. So, for example, right? Um, so for example, this ones, right? Resolution quality, view distance quality, anti-aliasing quality, shadow quality, global illumination quality, reflection quality. So how do I know? So for example, reflection quality, okay? Let's take this one. How do I know where reflection quality is in this list? Yeah, for example, it's not even in this list, right? So it means is not in any of these elements, right? Is not in any of these elements. So why that one is not, but for example, let's say shadow quality, right? Shadow quality. Well, shadow quality is actually a group. Shadow quality is a major group setting. I mean, a scalability group. But is also an option, meaning that if you have shadow quality 1, it is a bit confusing. There is an SG shadow quality and there is an R shadow quality, right? So SG is the overall group that is deciding all these things, and then there is a shadow quality here. But for example, like we said, so global illumination quality is missing, right? Global illumination quality is not even in that page. Or there is a shading quality, which is not shadow quality, and shading quality it is missing, right? So how do I know all the values possible and all the, right? So that's kind of what I'm missing. So how do I make it so that my settings window is the best possible setting windows in the universe? Yeah, so this is what I'm trying to understand. Let me see if we can let me see if we can copy this from that Lyra project, right? The Lyra project was fairly good with the options. Let's try to load it up and see what they have in the graphic options, and see if they did it differently from us. I think we have the majority of the core settings, right? I mean, we have all the important core settings. But for example, right? For example, there was a guy on Linux that was saying, oh, I managed to have this working. No, I was on Mac. He said something, oh, I managed to have this working with these settings, right? And he created a bunch of, oh my god, that's a long list. Yeah, so basically he said I mean, he said, oh, I have in my config all of this, which is basically setting everything to minimal. I mean, to so minimal that is basically, you know, able to run on super low hardware, right? And so this is what I'm using, right? So basically for the major group is using 0, except for texture quality and effect quality. But then in addition to that, he has like VSync, dynamic resolution. Well, this is basically useless, but it is useless. These are not really settings, but yeah. But for example, right, R fog equal to 0. So are we setting fog anywhere, right, in our so is there a dot fog in here? No, there is no dot fog, but actually that setting exists, right? So how do we know all the possible, or motion blur quality, right? Motion blur quality. I think motion blur, we just disabled it, but motion blur quality is I think it's disabled in our game because I hate motion blur. I really hate it. But yeah, for example, this one is a setting that we find in this page. Don't limit on battery. Wow. Lens flare quality, bloom quality, translucent lighting. So all these settings, you know, there are a million settings. I mean, I just would like to be sure that we don't. Oh my god, this Lyra project is 20,000 million shaders, boys. Best viewers, huh? You want to sell me fake viewers? Good job, bro. You want to sell me fake viewers? I see. Ah, but you don't see it, though. You don't see it. I see it, but you don't see it. Because it's been removed already. Nice. No, you see it in the... You don't see it in the chat, but you see it in the Restream chat. 500 shaders left. Come on. 24. Come on, 24. Do you know that there is a new... let's check Fab. Let's check Fab. Wait a second. Let's check Fab. There is new stuff. There is a Pirate Stilt Village Island. Modular pack. Actually, you know when we were searching a boat the other day? This one is actually pretty good. I think we can use some pieces of this. I think we can use some pieces of this. The boat, for example. Probably only the boat, but anyway. These nets are pretty good. I like them. More barrels. Would be nice to know how many barrels models have been 3D models have been created in the world in the last like 10 years. I think it's millions of different barrels models. Because everyone has a barrel model. Okay, let me add it to the cart. Okay, this one is good. I think we can use it. This one, if I remember right, we got it already, but maybe it was a different one. But it's not bad, huh? I don't know how many poly count. But you know, some skeletons are always good. Also, the weapon is not bad. What is this? Sorry. What is this? It's a decomposition, huh? It looks like a duck skeleton. Nice. This one I think we can potentially we can use. I don't know. Comic book cutscene. What the fuck? What is this? No idea. We will get it anyway. I mean, it's $0. So now if I go to my cart, let's see if this thing works, because usually it doesn't. I say checkout, right? In many cases, it does the checkout, but it doesn't add to your account. Skeleton guard. Skeleton. There is a skeleton knight modular, which is another one. You see that he didn't add? Well, maybe I have to refresh. Ah, okay, did it, it did it. Okay, they fixed it. Because the last time he was telling you yes, but then it was not working as expected. Okay, finally we have Lyra up. Settings. Yeah, that is like impossible. I was trying to understand the settings from them, but let's just start it. It is kind of a super heavy. I don't know why it's so heavy, but it's really super heavy. Front end, main menu, default experience, explorer multiplayer. So it's main menu, eh? Main menu of the game. Okay, so let's say there is the default Unreal Engine shooter game example. Oh wow, record replays. How do you do this? Okay, so this one is basically useless for us. So video. This one we have, this one we have, this one we don't have. Configure the display of performance statistics. Well, we have it in the devs window. Client FPS, service FPS, frame time, idle time, CPU game time. Oh my god. You can also display ping. This is very interesting if you could add it. Well, maybe not all of it is a bit too much, but by the way, why it was under video? I don't know. Graphics color blind mode. Color blind strength, brightness. Brightness is the gamma, so we have that. Doesn't do anything? No, it does. Graphic quality. Quality preset. Epic, high, medium, low. Low, medium, high, epic. 3D resolution. What? 3D resolution determines the resolution that objects are rendered in game, but does not affect the main menu. Lower resolution is increased frame rate. Resolution scale. Interesting. This one I don't know what is it. Global illumination. Global illumination controls the quality of dynamically calculating direct lighting bounces. I mean, I don't think we use it because I mean we have some dynamic and some static, but the majority is static lighting for us. Then he has shadows. So you see that they have view distance. They have a view distance. They have view distance that we don't have. And also they have reflections that we don't have. And post-processing we have. So view distance seems to be a good one to add, I would say. Then there is vertical sync. Frame limit we have on battery, menu, background, frame limit. Yeah. Well, they don't have much more than we have, right? So it's relatively similar. The only one in addition is view distance that we can implement. But view distance is view distance in the standard scalability settings or not? Where the hell is that? I don't remember. Bum 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 bum. Where are the scalability settings here? I don't remember. They were here. Profile, no. There is so much stuff that you cannot freaking find the basics. Maybe they're under editor preference. Scalability. No. Okay, wait a second. Let's just Google it because I'm kind of lost. Unreal editor scalability settings. Yeah, where are they? Under settings on the right. Okay, I would never find it really. Ah, here. Wow. Okay. Yeah, view distance is actually in this list. So view distance is in this list, yes. There is more stuff. For example, there is landscape, right? There is landscape here. For example, there is shadows and there is shading. There is reflection and global illumination. View distance, quality. Can I jam it in here or not? I mean, if I move the FPS to the right, I can. Like if I move this wall panel here, maybe I can. Or I have to make all the buttons small. I mean, I have to make everything smaller. Or I make like an advanced panel where I have the FPS limit, the show FPS and the gamma. I mean, I can shrink it a bit, but my problem is that we lose readability maybe. I mean, I can do 10 from the top instead of 30. Right? One. Trying to understand if I can recover a bit of. It is already 20. I can go 15. We recover 5 pixels for each line. Okay. So if now I duplicate if now I duplicate effects and Yup. Sorry, I'm a bit slow, but I'm a bit slow. Okay, so now it seems that for view distance, they have a different setting, right? So view distance is not high, medium, low, but is epic, far, medium, near. Near, medium, far, epic. Near, medium, far, epic. Near, medium. Near, medium, far. And epic. Okay. So so when you click this, right? What should happen? Improving our game one button at a time. So this 4 needs to go under I don't know why we have all this stuff open. This needs to go under okay, under display, right? There should be a display user interface. No, user interface. So probably it's in the main. Fuck. Yeah, it's in the main. Okay, fine. So this would be This will be view distance settings. Now the question is, how do we set it? Because like here we add something like set visual effect, right? Button effect, low clicked effect, set clicked effect, set. Because we are setting the color. Yeah, it should be exactly the same. Well, we have a canvas effect, and here we have a new canvas distance, view distance. Yeah, exactly. I think we can copy pretty much all of this and then adapt it. Okay, so this is the, I don't understand too much what is this clicked effect variable, but probably is to know which button I have clicked at the moment, right? So we have to duplicate this and call it clicked view distance. Okay, so this will duplicate 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we have pretty much all this deleted. Okay, then we have this, this. I'm significantly slower anyway. Okay. And then we have our buttons, right? Buttons view near. Pam pam pam. Medium. Far. And epic. I don't know exactly where those, I mean, there is probably a setting in scalability again that is deciding the actual distance, right? If it's 10 meters, 100 meters, whatever. Okay, then we do this. And then I hope there is a set view distance. Yup, there is. Fantastic. 0 to 4, what? What do you mean 0 to 4? 0 to 4 is 5 values. Huh? So you have something after epic or what? What do you mean 0 to 4? Engine scalability, because there is cinematic. Holy. Okay, so they added a new level, which is cinematic level, which I assume we should not use, right? Okay. So yeah, 0 to 4, but we only use 0 to 3. We also have the Skeleton Knight, which is another skeleton warrior. So so this will be 3, 2, 1, 0. Go. Three, two, 1, 0. Okay. And then this is just coloring the other options, right? CNV view distance. Okay, we need to connect these guys. This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Okay. Click effect. While here we have our clicked view distance. Okay. And then the rest should be the same, right? Yeah. And then there is this apply setting on complete. Yeah. There's apply setting on complete. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this should already work. Now, I don't know if it will do anything to our game, but I think it should, because the view distance, I mean, apart from view distance, there is these reflections, but I'm not completely clear if this reflection is valid only. Low, medium, high, epic. I mean, we can try, because these ones are doing nothing else than setting. We can check if the view distance is doing anything. Depending on whatever is the setting, the default setting. I have to remember around 5:30 I need to leave, right? Well, I need to stop the stream. At 5:30, so about half an hour from now. But yeah, I would say that we are ready for the release after this last change, but I think we are pretty much ready. Okay, so if I'm daylight override, right here I have my new, oh wow, view distance has no value at the moment. Ah no, I'm not setting it. Okay, we also need to do the piece where we are setting the view distance. I mean, it should be somewhere, right? Button effect low. Should be another place where, yeah, where we set the get foliage quality. Get view distance quality. So it's basically the same. So this will be after I am. Wrong button. View distance quality, and then we need to have our button. View near. View medium. Okay. No. Right clicking instead of left clicking, whatever. Okay, so here we do this. And I think we can just copy this thing. Okay. Then what? Okay. So this will set also the view distance at the beginning, right? So we know what is it. Okay, so the point is, if I slide me up a bit, maybe I slide me up, I don't know, 20. Okay, so here we have here we have our world. And there are actually certain items that are pretty far, like for example the arena, right? The arena is pretty far. I think it's like 500 or 600 meters away. So if I swap this view option to near, what happens? Absolutely nothing. Interesting. So it's not affecting that anyway. Why? So even if I'm far away, it doesn't make any difference. That is kind of annoying. Why? Oh fuck, the space is not working anymore or what? Space is not working anymore. Ah, because it's H. Yeah, exactly. Ah, nice. Because I remapped it. How does this view distance work actually then? You see in the distance, we still see it is very, very, very far away. Also that building is very far away. So is this view distance doing anything or not? I don't understand. SG view distance, right? If I do 0, or if I do 3, it's exactly the same. Maybe it's not in my scalability. That's a bit strange, huh? That's a bit strange. I mean, I can try in the editor and see, but I was expecting to see some houses disappear. Like, you know, like from here, we see the tower, right? We see the tower, which is super far away. If I say setting view distance near, nothing changes. I mean, there seems to be something that appears and disappears there. I don't know what is it. It's the opposite. When I click on near, more stuff appears. So it doesn't make any difference. It does not make any difference. Really? View distance. So I did something completely useless. What? Object can be called based on the distance to the viewer. By default, all objects are not called, distance called. Desire a max draw distance of 0. On top of the designer specific value, there is a global scalability setting working in a multiplier. And you can see some grass object. Is it? Bro, I don't understand. View distance scale 0.4. View distance scale. We are setting view distance scalability group, but it's okay. We can set 0.2, I don't know. Bro, it's not making any difference, like zero difference. I don't understand what is this. I don't get it. I can do whatever I want. There is zero change. Why? Nothing works at the first try, yeah? That would be too easy, right? That would be too easy. That you just
Hopefully we'll cover everything and you'll get an understanding of how it works. Let me actually look at the node first to explain how simple it is, and then I'll go into how complicated, because it's a game user settings node. We're going to find a getter and a setter, 0 and 3. 0 is basically low, and 3 is basically high. Epic traditionally refers to these things such as low, medium. I have here near, medium, far, and epic, or 0, 1, 2, and 3, are going to determine 4 items that here. All of these cubes have a setting of 1000 for the distance. So as I get farther away from them, like for example, this cube here is now over 1000, so I'm not going to see it, but these are all within 1000. And of course, as I shift, the camera frustum changes, and the distance between the camera and the item changes, and they come in and out. Now if I was to adjust this, let's say for example, let's go with something like this, where we can see all 3. I change it to far and hit apply. It's gonna get rid of the 3 in the back. Medium is gonna get rid of the one next to me, and then near is gonna be even worse because it's closer. Let's make near show up. There we go. You can see near is pretty darn close. And let's do medium and hit apply. Well, we're not close enough for anything else. There we go. Far. Now we can see the other ones, and then epic, of course, will give us everything. Let's see how these actually work in terms of setting them up.
It's not doing it for me, but maybe there is
a setting for the item under the LOD for the desired max draw distance. By default, this is going to be 0. Let me change this cube back here to the default of 0, and let's run this example. Now we're going to see something
so probably
different.
if it's 0 is not working.
I'm running at epic for my quality, but you notice only the back one is showing. And you can also see the sphere showing because it's unedited as well. And as we get closer to our 1000 range limit, things come in and out. But no matter what settings I change it to, near to epic, this item is not disappearing. It's not using any desired max draw distance, therefore it's going to stay. Let's change it back to 1000. We'll go ahead and hit save. And basically that's how it works. And the draw distance setting itself, right here, 0 through 3, is...
So you mean that we don't have any desired draw max distance for any of our objects in game? Is that what you're saying? Wow. That's a kind of a revelation, boys. Draw distance, where was it? Huh? Does this thing still exist or no? Cube under LOD, desired max draw distance. So windowless tower. I didn't have that clicked. Okay. Desired max draw distance is 0. Oh wow. Oh wow. This is a freaking revelation, boys. Oh my god. This is a freaking revelation. So this means that all our objects by default are rendering at any distance. Like infinite distance. Infinite. Well, except the foliage, because now that I said that, I remember that we had definitely we had settings for foliage, so that you know, when you can I navigate? Oh no, because I need 2 hands. Oh shit. But anyway, when you I can do this. Well, that's pretty painful. It's pretty long to do, but yeah, you see the trees, right? You see the trees that are appearing and disappearing. Yeah. So the trees actually have a view distance, right? But then when I'm here, if I'm looking at the trees, right, and I change my view distance from if I change my view distance from 0 to 1, it seems it's not affecting the trees actually. So I think the trees are following their own reasoning. No, 3, wait. Distance scale or distance group? No, the trees are not reacting to this setting in any possible way. No, the trees are not reacting to this. No, the trees are not reacting to this. I don't know why. But they have their own, right? So as I go forward or backward, they appear based on another setting. Okay, so that's because I think that's kind of the foliage thing, right? But what we are saying is that pretty much all our buildings the problem is how much is the 0, 1, 2, 3? So in theory it should be under config scalability or config engine. View distance. Fuck, there is no view distance here. No, it's not under engine then. It's under game or something. Come on. No? Usually it's inside user settings, right? But under save configs maybe. No. Let's see if this guy explains where those settings are.
That's how it works. And the draw distance, I don't know the exact number, or 10%. According to the Epic webpage, it's something along 0.1 or 10% for 0, 40% for 1, 70% for 2, and 100% for 3. So take that with a grain of salt. You can obviously adjust it as needed. But the point is, the view distance quality allows you to tailor how much is going to be shown based on the distance between the camera and the object and the desired max draw distance setting, which is right here. So it's 1,000 in this case. Now you notice when I play and I start it up, nothing's visible on any of my settings. That's because I have it set to a lower number. It's 1,000. If I was to go back in and let's change this first cube to something like 2,000, we'll go ahead and play it again. We're now actually going to be able to see it because my camera is within 2,000 units of the object when the game starts. You can see it there. And of course, if I adjust this to far and hit apply, well, it's still there. I'm within the range of the far setting. Medium changes it even better, and near, well, gets rid of it. So you can see my culling goes into effect. With near, you pretty much can't see much until you're on it, depending on your settings. And those other
Yeah, so the view distance is a percentage, like he said, right? Is a percentage of your max view distance set on the object, which at the moment for us is infinite. So that's why it's doing nothing. I mean, obviously you have the streaming levels, right? So you have the streaming mechanism. So, but I'm thinking if it makes sense to have like, I don't know, for example, the barrels, right? So let's say that you have a barrel or whatever is there, or a rock, right? So if it's a kind of a small thing on the ground and you are like 1 kilometer away, I think there is absolutely no need to show it, right? But other stuff like the houses, I mean, I'm not completely convinced that we should remove them, because the houses are anyway part of the scenery, right? So if you remove a house, the house is there, the city will look like cut off. Now, yeah, this is probably why I didn't add view distance at the beginning, because basically we are not using it. I don't know. I have to think if I want to use this or not, because to use it, I have to set a max draw distance value basically to every single object in the game. I mean, I can multi-select, I guess, right? So I can select all the houses. I can select all the houses and say, okay, your maximum view distance is 100 meters. So if I do that, then those houses will start to disappear as soon as I'm below 100 meters, or if I have the view quality distance to, for example, medium, right? Which will halve it to 50, pretty much. 50 meters. And so if it's not within 50 meters, it will not show up. Yeah, I have to think about this, guys. But I mean, we have it in the menu now, but unfortunately it's not doing anything. It's not doing anything. Maybe we can just hide it. We can leave it there and hide it. Because I mean, having something that does nothing, I think is a kind of a, you know, it's kind of annoying. Yeah, I will probably hide it. I don't want to give the false, you know. the false information that something is there, but in reality it's not really there. Yeah, we can hide it for now, and we can re-enable it in case we use it. But this is kind of useless to us. That is kind of useless to us. Or I can leave it, but I don't think it's working in any case, right? Unless one object, whatever object, has that setting on. So yeah, I will just hide it. I will just hide it. I think there's no need to have it if he's not doing anything. That's fine. So now we will have a hole in the list. I don't know what other settings I can add on top of the one that we already have. To make it like that we can more fine-tune potential issues and bugs and problems. No, it's just squeezing it in, and it's just squeezing everything up. Okay, because if it's collapsed, then that line is zero. Okay, fine. Yeah. I don't know, it's a bit cramped now. Fine. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna go. I have to travel a bit, and I'm just thinking if I should just revert this and use the one that we have, and because I did changes, yes, but it was a useless change, so I can just revert to this, to what it was. I don't know what other settings we can have. Like Lyra added this view distance, but I don't think they are really using it. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I am in holidays and I will be here. Tomorrow is what? It's Tuesday. It's Thursday. Tomorrow is the 2nd. I'm in holiday still tomorrow and Friday, and then I'm restarting work on the 6th. Actually, 6th is a holiday in Italy. But anyway, the 7th probably. But yeah, tomorrow I will be here, okay? And maybe I will be here also in the afternoon, depending if I want to start, earlier or not. So we will see each other tomorrow anyway. So thank you for watching, and remember that you can play our game. Just click on download on our website, and you can download it for Windows, Linux, and Mac. The game is released. And here are all our socials, right, that you can use to stay in touch with us. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye.